Ballot Question 1 calls for changing the state gaming law to allow another slot machine parlor, which, under the wording of the question, would have to be built adjacent to the Suffolk Downs racetrack in the East Boston Revere area. Now, neither opponents nor supporters of the controversial measure responded to our invitation to come in and talk about it, so we contacted State Representative Joe Wagner of Chicopee, who chairs the legislative committee that oversees gaming legislation, to find out more about Question 1.
On this particular question, there is a single advocate who wants a second slots facility in the Commonwealth. And the Gaming Commission, created by the expanded gaming statute, actually oversees gaming, but the legislature did the public policy creating it. And what we created was a gaming structure that allowed for the Gaming Commission to authorize up to 3 resort casinos and to license up to 3, and a single slots facility. And that's it. So to this point, the Gaming Commission, although we authorized them to license 3 resort casinos, they have licensed 2, and we defined 3 regions, so 2 of those regions will have resort casinos. Separately, the Massachusetts Gaming Commission has authorized the single slot license that the law envisioned. So,
and that's in operation in Plain Ridge.
Yeah,
right?
down at Plain Ridge, and pretty successful. You know, an ebb and flow to it, sort of ups and downs. But having brought a new industry online, we're pleased, I think, with the results to this point. But this question would look to expand the expanded gaming law. It's really a special interest type of measure. It's not one that I support. It's not one that most of my colleagues in the legislature would support. It happens to impact the Speaker of the House's district. He is strongly opposed. And in fact, the way the question is written, there's only one place it could go. Yeah. And the people in that area took a vote, non-binding, and voted almost 2-1 that they had no interest in the question that is now going to be voted on by people across this Commonwealth.
What about oversaturating the already crowded casino market in the Northeast and soon Commonwealth itself? I gather, is that an important reason you're opposing?
Well, we didn't envision a second slots facility in the last go around. We had done legislation back in a prior session that did contemplate 2 slots facilities, but then Governor DeVal Patrick vetoed the legislation. He didn't support it. When we came back around as a legislature in the following session, in calendar year 2011, we enacted into law an expanded gaming law providing for just 1 slots facility. I think oversaturation certainly is an issue, but I also think we've established a framework for entities investing, you know, up to $1 billion. If you look at Wynn down in Everett, more than well exceeding $1 billion, and MGM here. They understood what the parameters for the engagement were and for the investment. And it was up to 3 resort licenses and 1 slots facility, not more than 1 slots facility.
Are you concerned that another slot facility, even as far away as East Boston, Suffolk Downs, could impact MGM here?
Well, not necessarily, but you know,
you never know.
You never know. It's all about discretionary income and where people spend it. But the idea, I mean, let's talk about the practical reality here. Number one, I don't think voters are going to support Question 1. It doesn't impact most people directly. Number 2, it is highly unlikely. It is improbable that the Gaming Commission would issue a second slots license. 3, the question is so narrowly written that special interest jumps off the page at you, and it's one of those questions that I would hold up to the public as a quintessential example of the initiative petition process, you know, taking a wrong turn.
The folks who want Question 1 say it's the only way to save horse racing in the Commonwealth. I gather you don't accept that.
You know, we've established a horse racing development fund as part of the legislation that expanded gaming. We have had conversations with Massachusetts Gaming Commission, with parties interested in both thoroughbred racing and standardbred racing, that the thoroughbreds as well as the trotters, and we would love to revive racing in Massachusetts, whether at existing facilities or through some expansion. And that's a dialogue that is ongoing. We hope that the monies that go into the Horse Racing Development Fund are used in support of that goal. But we'll see. I think there's an ebb and flow to that as well. There are some who think that racing in the Commonwealth can be revived and reborn, if you will, and there are others who think that ship has sailed and that day is past.
Now, you've already said you don't think one will pass. You don't support it. And if it does, you don't think the Gaming Commission necessarily will look. Again, it says if they want to, they can. You don't think they'll reopen the law and go for a second license. The opponents of Question 1 say if it were to pass and the Gaming Commission acted, agreed to a second slot parlor, it could mean, and if you add it all up with Native American involvement, as many as 6 gaming facilities, 4 casinos, 2 slots parlors. That would, any marketing study I've ever seen says that's way more than a state this size in population or in physical size could handle.
I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it any better. How's that?
Give me more than that, Joe.
Well, I don't see, the idea that the third resort license will be issued, establishing in the southeastern region a facility is largely open to question, given that the tribe, which has received a federal designation of land and trust, which has been challenged and recently overturned by one court. We understood that there were going to be legal battles in the southeastern region that would likely delay, if not prevent, for an extended period of time, years perhaps, the issuance of the third resort casino license. So, that one may happen at a point, but it's possible, as you indicated, that in that region, you were referencing 2 more resort licenses. They could both be in the southeastern region, and that's not anything that we ever really contemplated. We understood the possibility that it could happen if we establish a third resort casino under the gaming law, and then the recognized tribe gets a facility. They're not going to pay any tax. But if we yield to them, if they get the appropriate approvals, the ability to do that, and don't establish one commercially under the gaming law, then the tribe would pay taxes to the Commonwealth. But I think it's fair to say, as you outline, that many establishments would be far in excess of what we contemplated. And it certainly wasn't the deal that people spending $1 billion or more signed up for.
State Representative Joe Wagner. Mr. Chairman, thanks for coming in. Appreciate
Thank you.
your time.
Okay, good to see you.